Welcome to the University of Washington Physics Graduation Celebration, 2021.
Lawrence Yaffe, Chair of Physics.
Welcome to the 2021 University of Washington Physics Department graduation ceremony. I am Lawrence Yaffe, Department Chair, and I would like to congratulate our graduating class of nearly 200 Bachelors of Science recipients, together with dozens of PhD and professional master's awardees. On these occasions, it is traditional to talk in lofty terms about the value of learning, to acknowledge the hard work and commitment required of all of you, to speak about the importance of education on one's future pathways, to talk grandly about the progress of science and our understanding of the world in which we live. All of that is true. I hope that all of you have experienced some of the joy, as I have, when one understands for the first time some strange and unexpected phenomena, when one first sees connections between seemingly different perspectives or topics, when one finally gets an experiment to work, or follows careful logic and analysis to reach an unexpected conclusion. I hope all of you have established habits of study and critical reasoning which will provide a solid foundation for your future endeavors, whatever they may be. I hope that you are able to look back on your time here at the UW, the highs and the lows, the long nights, the endless homework and the exams, as well as the camaraderie, the moments of insight, the interactions with fellow students and faculty, and all together feel a sense of satisfaction and accomplishment. But today, I'd also like to talk a bit about the challenging times that we are all living through. A global pandemic has impacted everyone, some far more so than others. Although certain aspects of life are beginning to look more normal here in Seattle, the pandemic continues to inflict horrific suffering and death in many areas around the world. With increasing vaccination and better treatment, we will eventually make it through the COVID pandemic. But we will all still be living in a society and a world with terrible inequities and opportunities and far too little justice. We will all experience increasing impacts from climate change, both through its direct harm as well as worsening inequities. In the face of this, you will all be making critical choices affecting your path through life. Which endeavors to pursue, how to devote your time, energy, and creativity. My hope is that each one of you will make these choices thinking of your impact on those around you, the broader community in which you live, and the world we leave to our descendants. I urge you to seek to understand the world in which you live, from its basic processes to your fellow humans in all their complexity. I hope you will strive to do your part in moving toward a more just, more equitable, and more sustainable future. And despite the uncertainties which come with every important life decision, to firmly believe that you can make a difference. Your actions can and will have impact. I am proud of the class of 2021. I regret that this year we cannot confer degrees in person. I hope you will all stay in touch. And on behalf of the Department of Physics, I applaud all our graduates and sincerely wish you all the best. Bon voyage.
Marjorie Olmstead, Associate Chair of Physics, Undergraduate Faculty Advisor.
Congratulations to our 2021 graduates and a heartfelt welcome to you, our graduates, your families, and friends. I'm Marjorie Olmstead, the Associate Chair of Physics for Undergraduate Affairs and the Undergraduate Faculty Advisor. I congratulate our master's and doctoral graduates, woohoo! But I address these remarks primarily to the undergraduates whom it's been my privilege to teach and advise as they journeyed through our program. I am in awe of your perseverance and drive to reach this important milestone on what are by any definition extraordinary circumstances. Your senior year would have been challenging enough if all you had to deal with was learning quantum mechanics, pursuing your capstone experience, and figuring out what you want to do with the rest of your life. But your class has also had to grapple with the physical and emotional strains of a pandemic, physical isolation, social and political upheaval, and an uncertain job market. Wow. You are to be commended for keeping your focus, figuring out how to learn via Zoom, and completing the goal you set for yourself, a Bachelor of Science in Physics from the University of Washington. This is a significant accomplishment. Take a moment and bask in your own glory and accept the praise and pride of those surrounding you. I wish this event could be in person, that I could have a chance to say goodbye with a handshake or a hug, and to meet the people who supported you towards this achievement. More importantly, I wish you could have a chance to see and hold each other one more time, to experience a tangible closure to this important stage in your lives. I acknowledge your experience of grief at this very real loss. Please stay in touch, whether by Zoom or Skype or even writing actual snail mail letters, and come by and visit once we're all back in PAB. I urge you to stay in contact not only with those of us in Physics Student Services, myself, Catherine, Margot, Paola, Susan, and Amy, and the other physics faculty and staff you've gotten to know, but more importantly, stay in touch with each other. You comprise over 2% of the students graduating in the U.S. this year with a bachelor's degree in physics, and you will be each other's network for years to come. Our 193 or more graduates are a diverse group with multiple pathways to their degrees. We have graduates who grew up within walking distance of UW, and others who came here from across the globe. While most came straight from high school or 2 years of community college, others took a more circuitous route, our oldest graduates over 40. Time to degree also varies, with our graduates starting at UW anywhere from 1.5 to 13 years ago. Some have always wanted to be a physicist, and others came to UW expecting to major in something else, but came to appreciate physics after taking our classes. Nearly half our graduating class kept those other interests by completing minors and/or a triple or double major. While the most common other majors are math and astronomy, we also have students with a second major in dance and economics and Near Eastern studies. And minors range from applied math to anthropology to entrepreneurship. I salute our 42 graduates who are the first generation of their families to graduate from college. And as well, I salute your families for supporting you in this complex, exciting, challenging, and often mysterious endeavor. You have learned an amazing amount since arriving at UW, measured in so many different ways. One of those is grades, and we are super proud of our 2 graduates who earned a perfect 4.0 in every single physics class they took, each of them while also pursuing a double major. I am also very proud of our resilient graduates, whose physics GPA took a hit from circumstances beyond their control, whether related to health, to finances, to visa requirements, or to learning too late about how to access resources that could assist them, but who persevered to complete their degree. You learned how to approach a barrier without getting reflected, but instead changing your initial state to better align with the states on the other side, or even creating a new intermediate state that enables you to tunnel through that barrier and accomplish your end goal. Congratulations. It wasn't easy. Another way in which our students have learned an amazing amount is through research. UW is a premier research university, and most of our students have pursued research while here, even with the pandemic. Some of this research is quite esoteric. Students have searched for dark matter and for evidence of the earliest atoms in the universe. Students have participated in measuring the mass of the neutrino, the lightest known particle, and analyzed the merger of black holes, the densest items in the universe. Students also pursued basic research with tantalizing potential applications. They studied how single ions suspended in a vacuum chamber can combine to form qubits, the building blocks of quantum computing. They built devices that emit light from semiconductors that are one molecule thick. Other students did research with more immediate impact, designing and testing devices that can detect smoldering forest fires from a drone, or modeling mechanisms for antibodies fighting COVID. All have learned from the process. What our physics graduates have in common is an ability to look at the physical world and pose questions that will enable them to understand what is happening. They've learned how to express that understanding in both words and equations, and how to take and analyze data that will lead to informed decisions. They can think analytically and critically. 10 years from now, very few of them will remember the details of where the factors of 4 pi show up in a particular equation, but they will remember how to approach a complex problem, break it into parts, and get help from experts. Graduates, as you go forth armed with your physics degree, we are depending on you to tackle your share of the challenges that face us as a society. As our world faces difficult times where basing decisions on well-analyzed evidence can and will save lives, we're depending on people like you to provide that key analysis. Keep in touch. We want to keep you in our network. I would also now like to take this opportunity to thank those of you who helped our graduates and supported them as they transitioned from curious children to knowledgeable adults. From knowing when to step in to help, to knowing when to sit back and watch, which is often harder. Thank you for being there. We'll shortly have an opportunity to praise and laud our students, but now I invite the students to applaud your supporters. And don't forget to drop an email to Catherine, Margot, Paula, Susan, Amy, Alexis, your favorite professors and TAs as well. Thank you for joining us today. I am proud and honored to have been your faculty advisor, and for most of you to have had the privilege to teach you in the classroom. It's been a joy to watch you mature and learn and make that important transition from student to physicist. Congratulations.
Autumn 2020 through Summer 2021 Bachelor's Degree Statistics. Total number of physics degrees, 193. Double majors, 52. Triple majors, 4. Total number of minors, 12. Physics graduates by groups. Physics graduates by location. .0 GPA physics students are Andrew Ivanov and Sofia Tavocally. Students with physics GPA above 3.80 and nominated for Sigma Pi Sigma are listed. ...2021 Physics Award winners.
This has been quite a year. Congratulations.
Hi, what an important moment for you all. I hope you had a great time at UW, that you learned useful things, not just about physics. And I hope that this remain as precious moments in your recollection. And most of all, I wish that you find something you love in the future, that you love doing, and that makes you happy. My best wishes.
Hi. Congratulations to all you physics grads. You've come through some very trying times, way more difficult than the usual academic challenges that we profs present to you. You and your parents should feel very, very proud about your achievements. I just wish you all the best for your future endeavors. Take care. Bye.
Congratulations, the class of 2021 in physics. I'm very proud of all your accomplishments, and my sincere wish for your future. Good luck wherever you ended up. Thank you, and again, best of luck.
It was a true pleasure getting to teach many of you. I wish you the best of luck on the next stages. Congratulations, class of 2021.
Congratulations to the class of 2021. I've had the pleasure to have many of you in class, and I was lucky to have a few of you working with me in the laboratory. I wish I could have had a chance to meet every one of you. And I lament for the past year, we've had to meet only virtually. But I commend you all for your resilience, your resourcefulness, and especially for all your hard work. And I think you all have very bright futures ahead of you. We're all very excited to see what you go on and do next. So please keep us in mind, and don't forget to stop by and say hi when you come back for a visit. And best of luck to every one of you as you take your next steps.
Congratulations, everybody. Look after yourselves well. And while you're playing games in those simulated environments where anything can happen, never forget how incredible the real universe is, and how remarkable it is that we can understand it as much as we do. Take care.
Bert Shu.
Hi graduating seniors, it's been a pleasure teaching everyone in the upper division electromagnetism courses. I'm happy to graduate alongside all of you, and my research could not have been possible without you. Congratulations for making it this far. Now go out there and be awesome.
Michael Smith.
Congratulations, class of 2021. We just made it through unprecedented times to obtain our degrees. It's almost poetic that we'll be taking these next steps just as restrictions end and we're moving out of lockdown. I will never forget the first time I emailed my now advisor, Anton Andreev. I hadn't applied to graduate school yet, and I was looking for resources to better prepare myself. His answer was simple: read Landau. And that has rang true throughout the entirety of my graduate career. I have never learned more than I have with Anton, and I have him to thank for making me a better scientist. I also have to thank Catherine Provost. Catherine made the transition for me from a small undergraduate to a large program like UW much easier, with her kindness and large amount of chocolate. She's done this for me and many other students, and is truly a blessing on this department. Wherever you all are going, best of luck. It has been a pleasure to be a part of this community with you and to give back through programs like the Directed Reading Program and the Graduate Peer Mentor Program.
Graduates with Ph.D. in Physics: Kyle J. Aitken, Tyler Blanton, Ruby L. Byrne, Rafael Cervantes. Rafael spent the last couple of years building an accordion that works in liquid helium temperatures, in hopes of finding dark matter axions. This endeavor required a range of expertise, and he is eternally grateful for the help he got from Gray Ribka, 8DMX collaborators, and the SINPA staff engineers. He will miss the SINPA community, the physics department, and the beauty of Seattle and Washington State. Nick Dew. Tyler Denman Ellison. Tyler's experience as a graduate student has been greatly enriched by his advisor Lukasz Fidkowski, and fellow group mates Joseph Merritt and Ryan Lanzetta. He is grateful for the innumerable discussions and the endless patience in answering naive questions. He is also thankful for Lukasz's support, which enabled him to attend conferences abroad and form collaborations. Tyler is indebted to his family, friends, and partner Chenna Haror for their support and encouragement throughout his graduate studies. He is also grateful to Catherine Provost and Marcel Den Nice for helping him make a smooth transition from Stony Brook University. Bryce H. Four, Sean Gasiorovsky, Daniel L. Gocknauer, Jason Hempstead, Seth Michael Hirsch. Seth discovered his passion for physics during high school, particularly after attending a summer program in quantum mechanics. He attended UC Berkeley for his undergraduate work, majoring in both physics and math, and especially enjoyed his research work in particle physics at Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory. In graduate school at the University of Washington, he transitioned towards more computational work, analyzing and developing data-driven methods for complex physical systems. While in the PhD program, he interned with both Oculus Research and Lyft Inc. Upon earning his doctorate, he accepted a position with Lyft Inc. as a machine learning engineer. Seth extends utmost appreciation to Nathan and Bing for being outstanding advisors, to his mentors and colleagues for their valuable insights and fruitful discussions, and to his family and girlfriend Shane, for their love and unconditional support. Joshua Mutch. Josh began his path in physics in community college in 2012, where wonderful teachers and peers reinforced his decision that of discovering the laws of the universe was the right choice for him. Transferring to Oregon State University, Josh was able to volunteer at a solid-state physics lab, where he learned the joys of experimental physics. Joining the University of Washington's Physics PhD program in 2015, Josh was able to continue experimental physics in Dr. Jun-Ha Chu's Quantum Materials Laboratory. Kang Nguyen, Paul Van Nguyen, Joshua Sanchez, Kevin C. Smith, Michael David Smith. Michael greatly enjoyed his time at the University of Washington, and he hopes the DRIP program will continue to benefit graduate and undergraduate students in the future. He will begin a postdoctoral researcher position at the University of Notre Dame in September, studying electron transport in topological superconductors. Michael would like to thank Anton Andreev and Boris Spivak for all the time and effort they put into making Michael a better scientist. Michael would not be where he is today without their mentorship. David E. Summer, Tiancheng Song, John William Spencer, Paul Sturmer. My dog Evie and I laid the groundwork for a deep space asteroid survey mission. I would like to thank the Department of Physics and the Department of Electrical Engineering for their continued support. I feel extremely fortunate to have worked under Professor Robert Wingley, who we lost unexpectedly on December 24, 2020. Professor Wingley had an extremely wide breadth of research interests, including helicon plasma propulsion, ice impactor dynamics, and high-altitude gliders. He even led the way to launch the first artificial satellite built by this university. Being one of Professor Wingley's graduate students provided me with an extremely rich and diverse 7-year-long experience. For instance, I never envisioned myself digging rockets out of the ground using a jackhammer. But above all, Professor Wingley will be remembered for his tremendous dedication to outreach efforts in promoting the STEM fields to tens of thousands of students through his work as director of the Washington NASA Space Grant Consortium, as well as the Northwest Earth and Space Sciences Pipeline. Professor Wingley will always be remembered for his dedication, honesty, ingenuity, and drive to share the gift of science. Paul currently works on hydrogen fuel cell applications at First Mode. Marshall J. Stikensky, Bo-Song Sun. Bo-Song loved his physics research, and the close interaction with his professors and peers as he learned about the secrets of the two-dimensional quantum materials. He strongly believes that science motivated primarily by curiosity will eventually be most beneficial to society, be it in advancing established technologies. His experience at Nano Device Physics Lab made him realize his pursuit in this life is physics, especially nano devices, after he decided to start his journey in the industry of semiconductor. This summer, he will enter applied materials as a process engineer, with a long-term career goal of devoting himself for future AI-based next-generation techniques in semiconductor manufacturing. Bo-Song is extremely grateful to his academic supervisor, Professor Cobden, and supervisory committee for their invaluable advice and patience during his PhD study. He also thanks all his wonderful friends, lab mates, and colleagues in the physics academia. It is their kind help and support that has made his study at the University of Washington a great time. Meanwhile, he expresses his gratitude to his family for their love, tremendous understanding, and encouragement throughout his life. Chang Sun, Toon Sheng Tan. Toon Sheng has spent the last 8 years at UW. For his undergraduate, he worked in particle physics experiment at Atlas. During his PhD program, he focused on theoretical and numerical methods for simulating the absorption of X-ray in materials. He is currently a postdoc at the University of Florida working on the quantum simulation of large systems. Toon Sheng would like to express his profound gratitude and appreciation to Professor Rare for his mentorship, support, and patience during his time at UW. He would also like to thank members of the Rares group, Joshua Cass, and Fernando Vila for their help and advice, the graduate advisors Marcel Den Nice, and Catherine Provost, for whom without them would not be at UW, and finally his family, for their love and support. Michael J. Walensky, Bert C. Shu, Dake Zhou, Shifeng Zhu. Graduates with Professional Masters of Science in Physics: Muhammad Abdurazik Ali, Adrian E. Berger, Martin J. Kasp, Rana Levy, Wyatt Shearer, Aiden Schaefer, Hunter Thomas, Michael Assad Tryon.
Congratulations, graduates of 2021. You've worked hard for this day. I wish you the best today and all through your future. Congratulations.
Congratulations. It has been a pleasure teaching and working with many of you. This is a challenging and rewarding major, and you guys did it under non-ideal circumstances. So congratulations again, and best wishes for your future adventures.
Hi, I'm Professor Seidler. I'm happy to congratulate the physics class of 2021. You have my best wishes and hopes for where your training and your dreams take you next. Congratulations.
Hey everybody, I just wanted to congratulate you on your recent graduation. It's a fantastic achievement. I hope you get some time to celebrate during the summer break, and I wish you the best with all your future endeavors.
Congratulations to all of the 2021 physics graduates. This is a fantastic achievement, especially considering all of the difficulties that we've faced in the past year. I hope that you've enjoyed your time here in our department and at UW, and I want to wish you all of the best of luck in your future endeavors.
Are we on? What? Oh, really? Oh, okay. Physics graduates, congratulations on earning your degree. You've done it. It's your degree now. PhD, Masters, Bachelors. Great, well done. Now, just do something useful with it. You know, go out there and make the world a better place. Good luck. Live long and prosper, and may the force be with you.
Aiden Shuckler.
Hey there, UW Physics class of 2021. My name is Aiden Shuckler, for those of you who don't know me. I'm very excited to be graduating with you all today. There's so many wonderful and talented people here that I've had the great privilege of meeting and working with over the past 4 years. And what makes it an even greater honor is the nature of our shared goal, which has been to learn and to do physics. You know, physics is one of those rare disciplines that I've encountered which carries with it this instant spark of interest and curiosity. I feel very lucky to have worked in a culture which has so many people who are willing to work hard for purely the sake of curiosity and understanding. You know, there's no one here who's gotten to this point who didn't work hard for that same reason. I also feel very lucky to have been part of an institution where all of this is even possible. It's possible for us to dedicate ourselves to this task of studying physics, and even more importantly, an institution which is made up of so many excellent people with the same goal. You know, it's like we've come into this department as these little actors, and through the influence and the interactions of our fantastic professors and researchers and advisors and fellow students, we form this amazing, strongly interacting many-body system that takes you in and transforms you. It tunes you to the right frequencies and opens your mind to the right problems, and then teaches you the methods to go out and tackle those. And now we get to leave, you know, a little bit transformed, to go out and work towards whatever problems we choose. You know, physics teaches you to look for points of leverage, and to echo Professor Olmstead here, I agree that probably the most valuable thing I'm carrying out of this department is this experience of learning how to think like a physicist. We now get to go out and apply this type of thinking and this type of problem solving to the open problems of the world. So I would very much like to thank those people specifically who were absolutely instrumental in this process for me. You know, of course, Professor Jerry Miller, thank you so much for teaching me in a short amount of time, more than I think I've probably ever learned from anybody, for humoring my questions and guiding my ideas, and for the phenomenal instruction and mentorship. Thank you also to Kenny Roach. Our conversations were consistently some of the most valuable I've had in my time here. Thank you for opening up to me an entire new landscape of ideas and problems I didn't know existed. Thanks to Professors Steve Sharp and David Kaplan for their masterful lectures, which I feel very grateful to have experienced during this formative period in my education. And finally, thank you to everyone else in the department who contributed to make our experience so enjoyable. You know, you were the leading order contributions to this series of interactions we've had at UW, and you've made it possible for us now carry this little flame of education into our professional and our personal lives. So, thank you.
Andrew Ivanov.
This is a very special occasion for me, and I am grateful for the opportunity to share a few words of appreciation. Most of you, graduating students, probably never met me in person, so I will first introduce myself. My name is Andrew Ivanov, and I'm graduating with a physics and astronomy double major. It so happened that before taking my first class at the University of Washington, I already had a professional career entirely unrelated to physics. In retrospect, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be here had I not been lucky to meet Margot. I still remember that day when I first came to her office to ask about the possibility of my enrolling at the University of Washington as a physics major. That was a long postponed dream of mine, which, to be honest, I never thought would materialize. Somehow during that meeting, as if by magic, all my doubts about taking a radical turn and becoming a student flew out of the window. So thank you, Margot, for being such a great support throughout my time here as a student. I'm happy to report that my physics journey doesn't end here and that I will be joining a graduate program this fall. I am super excited and a little bit terrified, but overall confident that our program has prepared me well for this next challenge. On that note, I would like to thank Professor Olmstead for all the help and advice in navigating my physics degree, and of course my amazing research advisors, Professors Armita Noor Mohammed, Deep Gupta, and Kaimei Fu. They provided all the opportunities for me to grow as a scientist and taught me everything I know about physics research. Finally, congratulations and best wishes to all the graduating students and their families. It was a tough year, but we all made it, so let's take time to celebrate this achievement and the opening of a new chapter in our lives.
Sarah Ahanchi Marquez.
Hello everyone, my name is Sarah Ahanchi and I'm part of the graduating class of 2021. Firstly, I wanted to start with congratulating this class and saying that, we did it. This year has been so challenging. Taking our quantum classes and our classical mechanics classes online wasn't easy for any of us. I would have loved to stand here today and tell you the story of how I bonded with my friends in the SVS lounge or how I found my favorite spot on the 4th floor, but that's not the case. Instead, I'm standing here and telling you about how we all learned to overcome these physical and social barriers and formed a community over Discord and Zoom calls. We talked to our professors and TAs through our laptops instead, and so we learned to empathize with each other through our own isolation. So today, we're not only celebrating the fact that we got our degrees and turned in that last physics assignment at 11:59 p.m., but we're also celebrating the fact that we learned to do all this while in our tiny rooms with our spotty internet and our loud roommates. I owe my degree to a lot of people. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here today. All the graduate students teaching the classes and in the DRIP program, like Bryn McCoy, who helped me remember my passion for physics, and all my professors, especially Professor Gerald Seidler, who helped me mentor me and guided me and helped me basically find my path to graduate school. I also wanted to thank Alexis Hall for giving me the perfect job opportunity that I've had for the past 3 years, and the advisors, Catherine, Paula, and Margot. I hope you know we appreciate all that you've done for us, and if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be here today. The advice that you've given us will carry forever. And last but not least, I wanted to thank Professor Marjorie Olmstead for guiding me through my first leadership experience here as the president of Society of Physics Students at UW. Once again, congratulations to the class of 2021. I'm so excited to see the physicists will be very soon.
Graduates with Bachelor of Science in Physics. Jeffrey Abraham. Jeff was a curious student on a quest for understanding. Physics fulfilled this pursuit and enabled him to follow his passion for learning. Outside of the physics curricula, Jeff was involved in the UW Formula Motorsport team where he was able to explore hands-on applications of his learning and earn capstone credit. Jeff would like to thank his family, friends, team members, and classmates for their roles in his success and support in these transformative years. Sarah Ahenchi Marquez. Sarah fell in love with experimental physics and loved her particle physics coursework. She was the president of the Society of Physics Students and did research with Professor Seidler, learning about scientific instrumentation. After discovering her passion for physics through the DRIP program, she decided to pursue a PhD physics as well and will be attending the University of Maryland starting next fall. Sarah is grateful to her advisors, Professor Seidler, Professor Olmstead, and other mentors for offering so much help and expertise. She thanks her mom, dad, and brother for supporting her through her studies at UW. Brandon Bosworth. Brandon loved his physics courses, and enjoyed learning about how the universe works and problem solving with his peers. One experience in particular that stands out to him was getting to use Apache Point Observatory. He looks forward to taking the skills he has learned and applying them to whatever comes next. Brandon thanks his friends for all the great memories, and his family for their love, support, and for always encouraging him to be curious about the world.
Stephen Tate Braden. So long, and thanks for all the fish.
Colin Michael Bruner. Colin enjoyed his engineering and physics coursework along his applied physics path here at the University of Washington. He will begin his next adventure by attending the prestigious European Nations Joint Jet Pilot Training Program at Shepherd AFB in Texas, where he will train to become a fighter pilot with other premier candidates. Colin hopes to attend the Air Force's Test Pilot School with a long-term career goal of being a test pilot. Colin thanks Professor Taulu and Pengra for showing him the beauty behind complex physics, the cadre and cadets at Detachment 910 for training and support along the way, his good friend Audrey and her folks for being his family away from home, and most importantly Colin's parents Teresa and Tony for their love, support, and lifelong sacrifices that got him where he is today. Arden Chang. Arden enjoyed his physics coursework and the time he spent as part of UW's Formula Motorsports team. He loved spending endless hours working on the electric race car with his friends and teammates. His time at SpaceX over the summer was super inspiring and reinforced the importance of the fundamentals taught in thermodynamics and advanced kinematics. Utilizing his technical and interpersonal experience and skills, Arden plans to pursue a career in product management. Therefore, to further his career he is interning with Hover Inc. as a product manager this upcoming summer. Arden thanks Professor Tolik and Pengra for their instrumental teachings, his best friends Isabel, Alex, and Albert for the great memories, the Formula Motorsports team for the hands-on experience, and of course his family for their love and support. Darcy Chen. Darcy is graduating with a degree in applied physics. He enjoyed learning how the universe behaves and relating theories to practical solutions. He's grateful for the opportunity to work on the novel observations in mixed reality capstone, bringing virtual reality to undergraduate physics labs. Heading into the telecommunication industry, he'll soon apply the knowledge and skills learned to a fast-paced, cross-disciplinary environment. Helen Chen. Helen enjoyed her learning in physics and math and valued the inclusive environment fostered by the UW physics community. Her interest in applying physics to environmental issues motivated her to continue her study in physics. Next fall, she will enter the physics PhD program at the UW, carry on her exploration under the guidance of the supportive faculties. Helen thanks Professor Shu and Professor Gupta for introducing her to the world of cutting-edge research and teaching her how to be a researcher. All the graduate students in their labs for their valuable mentorship, her lab study partner Lucas for the comradeship for combating difficult assignments, the Moes for treating her as part of the family, and her family back in Taiwan for all their love, support, and trust. Vincent Chen. Vincent is increasingly excited about exploring the world of physics with the help from his professors and peers. He will continue studying physics in his elementary particle experiment group, and will prepare to apply for graduate physics in the foreseeable future. Vincent wants to express his gratitude and appreciation to Professors Blinov, Morales, and Pangra, who taught him crucial ideas in learning physics, his guru Ryan, and his friends Hao and Ziyu for helping him along the way. Levi Conderin. Levi is a problem solver, who has always loved discovering the secrets of the universe. He pursued a double major in mathematics and physics to understand the world at the most fundamental levels. His coursework within the UW Interdisciplinary Honors Program provided a unique liberal arts dimension to his time in college. After a gap year, Levi will attend graduate school and earn a PhD in physics. In his spare time, he enjoys chess, board games, and being outdoors. Levi would like to thank his amazing family, his research mentor Gerald Miller, his roommates Mika and Mason, his friends from back home, Jonah, Tommy, and Andrew, and his girlfriend Haley for all their support. Kurt Crapo. Kurt loved his 4 years studying applied physics, and being a member of the Air Force ROTC program. Although challenging, the applied physics program at UW helped Kurt learn what it takes to succeed with the help and example of his talented peers and professors. Kurt is commissioning as a second lieutenant in the United States Air Force, and will be attending undergraduate pilot training at Columbus Air Force Base in Mississippi. His goal is to fly C-17s and then enter the commercial airline career field after his time in the Air Force. Kurt thanks all his professors who have taught him countless lessons beyond physics that he will take with him as he enters a career in the Air Force, his friends in the 17th Avenue house who have consistently pushed him in his faith, and his family and girlfriend for all their love and support. Svetlana Angelova Dimitrova. Svetlana will always value the skills she learned from her undergraduate degree, and be grateful to the professors and friends who helped her along the way. Her astronomy research in the Massive Stars group inspired her to continue her education. This fall, she will be entering the astrophysics doctoral program at Arizona State University. Svetlana thanks her research mentors, Dr. Catherine Nugent and Professor Emily Levesque, for a wonderful research experience. She thanks her incredible family for all their immense love and support. Horan Du. Horan thanks Professors Pangra, Heckel, and Garcia for teaching him the knowledge required to pursuing his further education. Advisors Margot Nims and Professor Olmstead for hearing him out. All the classmates and lab partners for spending their time and patience. Special thanks to his mom and dad for their support all the time. Evan Arlen Einloth. Evan loved the past 4 years he spent at UW. He found motivation in his desire to learn more about the universe and the processes that govern it. Evan cherishes all the connections and memories he created in Seattle. Evan would like to thank his family, friends, and classmates for their support throughout his education. Fernando Izaguirre. Fernando would like to thank his family for their unwavering support. He would also like to thank Professor Andre for making the physics department feel like a place he belonged in, as well as Stuart Anderson, Steve Anderson, Byron McKenzie and everyone at the IC for being home when on campus. He would also like to thank Brian J. Evans, Donnie Terrell, Michael O'Neill, and Kelly Canaday. Maxwell Addison Elliott. Maxwell is looking forward to a career in physics education as a high school teacher, and has enjoyed his time volunteering at the planetarium for the last 4 years. Maxwell would like to thank his family, Cheryl, Quentin, and Oliver, and his friends, Sophie, Donovan, Anna, and everyone else for the support for the last 4 years. Ryan M Ferhati. Ryan worked hard in his applied physics coursework and enjoyed classes like electromagnetism and electric circuits labs, as well as his research on germanium semiconductors. He also loved his internships, which led him to pursue electrical engineering. Ryan will be attending USC this fall to work toward a master's degree in electrical engineering. after which he aims to enter the high-tech and renewable energy industry to make an impact in his community. While not studying physics, Ryan was the president and captain of the men's club volleyball team where he competed in tournaments across the country representing UW with his teammates. Ryan would like to thank his family for trusting and believing in him throughout his journey at the University of Washington. Apurva goal. At UW, Apurva enjoyed it all. Class lectures, office hours, physics, astronomy seminars, colloquia, and time spent with her peers. She often collaborated with SPS, LOA, and the UW Gear Up team to organize and host fun outreach events. Apurva also engaged with diverse topics of research. Her work includes building a 2D ion trap simulation with the Trapped Ion Quantum Computing Group, assisting the Nanodevices Group with fabrication, studying the circumgalactic medium with Work Squad, and researching an application of crystals as sevens detectors for a physics REU at Vermont. She's very thankful to her exceptional research advisors, graduate student mentors, and class professors who continue to inspire and support her. Apurva plans to pursue graduate-level studies in the future. Amanda Jean Goldsmith. Amanda's passion to understand the world around us and desire to care for our planet led her to pursue an applied physics degree with a climate science minor at UW. After graduating in only 3 years, Amanda plans to follow her dreams where she can use her education to work in harmony with her passions. Amanda would like to thank her mom for always providing endless love and constant support for her dreams, as well as being an inspiration and role model to look up to. She thanks her boyfriend Paul for sticking by her side and providing unconditional love and constant motivation. She thanks her best friend Rebecca, who was always there for her. And lastly, thanks her dog Kenzie, who has been an admirable companion along her journey. Karen Gong. Karen enjoyed her physics coursework and is grateful to have learned alongside such diverse and intelligent students. She would like to thank her professors for guiding her through the mysteries of the universe, her friends, and all those she met at UW for the adventures and reminding her of the value of friendship, and always, her wonderful family for all the love and unwavering support throughout her life. She could not have done this without you. Jonah Brooks Hall. Jonah became fascinated with mathematical models and their ability to reveal mechanisms in nature that are not easily understood. Under the mentorship of the Schiffer Lab at the Fred Hutchinson Cancer Research Center, Jonah worked to become a published author in infectious disease modeling, and will continue to study infectious diseases while attending graduate school at the University of British Columbia Department of Mathematics.
Blake D. Hartung. Extremely happy to have been a part of the program this last 4 years. What started from an EFS class on dark matter led to a complete undergraduate experience. I was happy to diversify myself using my resources on campus to experience new things and find my passion. I'd like to thank my family, friends, faculty, and everyone who helped me grow over these years.
Jack Henry. After Jack transferred from Skagit College, he really enjoyed his studies into the applications of physics to biological functions of the body. He worked as an undergraduate researcher at the iLabs. This is where he found more fascination with the physics of the brain. Jack wants to thank his math professors at Skagit for inspiring him to go further, Professor Taulu for giving him a chance at the iLabs, Megan for making it through 8 math with him, and he wants to thank his family for their loving support. Alex Herman. Alex would like to thank everyone who supported her these past 4 years, and to all the wonderful people she met at the UW, both inside and outside the physics department. Darren Evan Hunt. Darren has always aimed for a career in science. Summer nights at the Manistash Ridge Observatory developed his passion for observational astronomy and instrumentation, and he will next work at Las Cumbres Observatory before pursuing a PhD in astronomy. He will continue working towards a future where STEM is accessible and disabled scientists are embraced in their fields. Darren thanks Professors Jessica Work, Oliver Fraser, and his mentor Dr. Jennifer Sobek for sharing the beauty of astronomy, Professors Boris Blinev, Amal Al-Wahesh, and advisor Margot Nims for their unmatched support in physics, his partner Brian L., family in Connecticut, DRS coordinator Cowan Russell, and Astro friends Andy B. and George S. for all their help along the way. Andrew Ivanov. Andrew would like to thank Professors Armita Noor Muhammad, Deep Gupta, and Kai Mei Fu for mentorship and opportunities to grow as a researcher. His special word of appreciation goes to Margot and Professor Olmstead, whose kind advice and support made it all possible. This fall, he will be entering a physics PhD program at Caltech with the goal to explore and expand the frontiers of theoretical physics.
Ophir Kedar. Physics has given me a unique and amazing perspective on how I view the world around me. We as humans live in a mathematical puzzle, and getting to explore it, understand it, and utilize this knowledge in my own endeavors has been an incredible experience. With all the ups and downs, I'm sure we've all found that this coursework was not always a walk in the park, so I deeply thank everyone who's been part of this journey. My professors who put in that extra effort, it did not go unnoticed. My family, my study mates, friends, my housemates, and Desmo's graphing calculator. Thank you all for getting me to where I am now. You are very much appreciated.
Jessica Koskeli. I'm lucky to have had so many amazing people support me along the way. Thank you to Steve, Byron, and Stuart at the IC. Thank you to Mike Smith. Thank you to Fernando and Jenny. Thank you to my best friend, Anusha. And thank you to all of my friends and family for everything you do. Rebecca Kyer. Rebecca is pleasantly surprised to learn that she can, after all the challenges of getting started, do physics. Rebecca is looking forward to her post-baccalaureate research position studying high-mass X-ray binaries over the summer, and plans to apply to graduate programs in astronomy in the autumn. Rebecca would like to thank Professor Eric Belm for teaching her how to do research, Professor Jess Work for supporting her through the ups and downs, the many former students who welcomed her into the fold when she first came to UW, and her family for believing in her always. Nikolai. Niku is proud to be the first-generation college student in her family. She will be pursuing a PhD in medical physics at the University of Wisconsin in the fall. Niku thanks everyone she has met, all the kindness and challenges in her life. Together they have shaped her values, goals, and who she is. Special thanks to her family and friends. Niku's undergraduate research mentors, Professor Taulu and Dr. Al-Wahish. The physics department advising team for being the best advisors. Niku's professors and the medical physics team at UW Medicine who have given her genuine support and advice. Pubo Huang. Yifan Liu. Yifan truly enjoyed her past 4 years at UW in the physics department, during which she explored different areas of physics and was attracted to the beauty of light. This fall, she will attend the University of Colorado Boulder for a PhD in physics. Yifan thanks Professors Majumdar and Taulu for their help and guidance in finding her passion, PhD student David Rosser for his teaching in the lab, her friends Yiru, Yiwen, Yiyin, and Ziyu for their advice and company at different stages of her college years, and her wonderful parents for their love, support, and understanding throughout her life. Yuan Liu. Yuan loved his study in applied physics, and from his internship and research experience at Sensor Energy and Automation Lab, he decided to continue his study and acquire a higher engineering education for his future research and career. Next fall, he will enter the Electrical Engineering Master's program at Columbia University to pursue his passion in smart energy. Nander C Moroson. Nander would like to thank all those who have been with him through the highs and the lows, especially his friends, family, and God. As a first-generation American, Nander emulated his immigrant parents' determination, grit, and hard work in the face of adversity. Alongside working part-time, he found time to volunteer at Wiggins Lab where he worked with the graduate students in their use of novel fluorescent microscopy techniques to probe subcellular processes. His time at Wiggins Lab has been special with his favorite memories of UW originating from there. He would like to warmly thank those professors that have guided him through these years, and who have left lasting impressions on him such as Drs. Wiggins, Andrehef, Blinoff, and Work. Naomi Ziali Martin. Originally planning to become a doctor, I entered UW studying biochemistry. However, my discovery of the highly technical and logical science of physics quickly flopped these plans, as I realized I wanted to pursue research by merging my two passions of biology and physics. So here I am, majoring in biophysics, excited to see what the world of research can throw at me. After graduation, I am planning to work in biology labs with an emphasis on computational biology and genomics. I hope to analyze biological systems from a physical perspective in order to formulate my own ideas for research in the future and fulfill my dreams of becoming a mad scientist. Thank you, Adam, for holding my hand through life, Andrea for helping shape my personality, Hubert for the fun camaraderie, Auntie and Uncle for housing me during the pandemic, and my parents and sister for being my #1 supporters. Brandon Mcneil. Better late than never. Brandon had a litany of reasons to discontinue his studies but refused to be defeated. He'll be applying to several law schools in the fall. COVID-19 has been a unique experience for us all, and we've prevailed. Brandon thanks his family, the University of Washington, and the Department of Physics for all their encouraging support, and he promises not to let you down. Parashar Mohapatra. Upon graduation, Parashar will be at Electric Era Technologies as an electrical design engineer summer intern. In the fall, he plans to continue his work at ADMX to further his passion for research in particle physics and apply to physics graduate schools. Parashar would like to acknowledge and express his gratitude to his physics professors, and the Department of Physics for supporting him. He is grateful to his ADMX mentors, graduate student Rafael Cervantes for helping him improve his much-needed research skills, and Dr. Gray Ribka for opening the doors to physics research and being an incredible mentor and role model. Lastly, Parashar would like to thank his parents for calling him at weird times thanks to 12-hour time zones to check in and support him. Raleigh Limos Nassin. At the start of college, Raleigh never imagined he would graduate with a physics degree. He loves science but thought studying physics was beyond his capabilities. He took different science courses to see which ones he would like to study the most. Difficult as it may be, physics was the field of science he enjoyed learning about the most. Raleigh thanks his friends and family for their love and support. He would also like to thank the entire physics department for providing a wonderful learning experience. James Nelson. James enjoyed his research work with Jared Cainwright and the Physics Education Group, where he assisted with the development of an optical physics lab in the virtual reality environment. James is an inducted member of the National Society of Leadership and Success. He intends to follow his passion for leadership and accepted an area manager position with Amazon Operations, where he will lead a large team, mentor others, and apply his problem-solving skills towards innovation. James thanks his wife, Ashley Nelson, for her endless love and support throughout his undergraduate endeavor, Professors Samu Taulu and David Pengra for their tireless effort and encouragement along the way, and most of all, his 3-year-old daughter, Cora Nelson, for making life fun and reminding him of his true purpose. Cameron Odegaard. Cameron completed his coursework for a Bachelor of Science in Applied Physics winter quarter, and he is planning on staying in Seattle in the near future. Akshat Pandai. Akshat really enjoyed his statistical and experimental physics classes, as well as all his interactions with his professors and his peers. He is grateful for all the opportunities that helped him grow and learn more about computational physics. Akshat would like to thank his friends and everyone in the physics department for all their support, and his family for always being there for him. Alex Howe-Pates. Alex has greatly enjoyed his time at UW in the physics department. The various experimental and theoretical physics courses were engaging and enlightening. He hopes to bring the experience gained from his studies into the workforce. The pandemic caused many setbacks, and he wishes that there could have been greater opportunities to be involved in experimental research and advanced physics labs during his senior year. Alex would like to thank all of his professors, but especially Professor Pengra and Professor Taulu for their exceptional educational ability to spark his curiosity in physics and make it fun as well. Alex would also like to thank Dr. McDavid and the entire Husky marching band community, his girlfriend Elizabeth, and his friends and family for their love and support throughout his 4 years at UW. Go Dogs! Rahul Ralhan. Rahul found his passion for physics looking up at the stars one summer while he was out camping with his friends. That one camping trip changed Rahul's life as the following years proceeded to take him on a riveting journey through the awe-inspiring world of physics. His experience with a lovely department full of intellectually diligent peers and professors made him want to pursue a graduate degree in electrical engineering in the upcoming future, with a long-term career goal of working at SpaceX. Rahul would like to thank Professors Olmstead and Denise for helping further his intellectual curiosity and the fascinating research experiences, his peers Evan, Jeff, Devin, and Yoni for all the tough but fun long nights studying, and his family for their everlasting support through his entire undergraduate degree. Harrison Roble. Harrison found his passion for physics during his freshman year at the University of Washington. His curiosity and yearning for a challenge prompted him to pursue a degree in comprehensive physics. Harrison learned more about the universe than he thought possible and is excited to learn much more as he continues in his endeavors. Harrison hopes to study nature and apply what he learned at the University of Washington out in the field. He is looking forward to answering many questions about our planet. Harrison thanks his friends and family for guiding him along the way. He thanks Katia for always supporting him during tough times, his mom for listening to him and his dad for helping with SARP, Professors Hamish Robertson, Peter Doe, and Sanshiro Inomoto for showing him the ropes of research. Richard Naval Salinda. Richard enjoyed his time as a physics student at the University of Washington. From his childhood days of dreaming to become an astronaut, Richard had been interested in many fields of physical science. With his experiences within and outside the UW building, launching rockets, constructing science payloads for deployment on weather balloons, researching cutting-edge topics in physics, designing aircraft as a member of Design, Build, Fly, and training as a student pilot both in Seattle and the Bay Area, he chose to major in physics, the common thread guiding science and engineering. This year, he plans to continue his training to receive additional advanced certifications as a pilot, and start working in the aerospace industry, so he could fulfill his dream of traveling around the world and beyond. Richard would like to thank his professors, advisors, friends, colleagues, and family for all their support. Mateus Sampio de Saboya Albuquerque. Ashton Schessler. Ashton found passion in studying the laws of the universe. Ashton does not yet know his direct next steps at the time of writing this, but is applying to internships for the summer. In the long term, Ashton plans to apply for graduate schools for the 2022-2023 school year and would like to pursue a career in particle physics. Ashton thanks Professor Al-Wahish for making him always ask more questions, Professor Seidler and Professor McQuinn for making learning as fun as it ought to be, Jennifer, Landon, and everyone at Bay Laurel for all their support, the Husky Snow Club for all the good times on and off the mountain, and of course, his family and friends for their unending love and support. Joseph Schweitzer IV. Joseph enjoyed every aspect of his time as a Washington Husky. All the challenges, new experiences, and great memories made in the past 4 years have helped shape him into the person he is now. After graduation, Joe will channel his passion for physics into a role as an optical engineer with Seattle Photonics. Joseph would like to thank his caring family for supporting his journey, his brothers in the Phi Kappa Tau fraternity for helping make incredible memories, his friends and classmates, and finally his wonderful girlfriend Mackenzie. Daria Lynn Sharafi. Daria has thoroughly enjoyed her education at the University of Washington, especially her mathematics and physics courses. Although she enjoyed both subjects, an internship during the summer of 2019 doing research on semiconductors solidified her decision to pursue a career in experimental physics. After completing a special topics course in quantum computing information, Daria decided she wants to pursue research in quantum information. Next fall she will be attending the Ohio State University's physics doctoral program to continue her studies. Daria thanks her family and partner for their love and support, her professors for providing quality education, and mentors at UW and elsewhere for guiding her toward a successful physics career. She would also like to thank Professors Blinoff and Frierson for their support and guidance during the graduate admissions process. Aiden Shuckler. Aiden experienced the physics program at UW the way one might experience a roller coaster along a non-differentiable curve. The ideas he was exposed to in his coursework fundamentally shifted his worldview and styles of thinking several times over, and his wonderful research experiences galvanized his commitment to pursuing a life as a physics researcher. Next autumn, he will be starting a PhD program at UC San Diego studying theoretical particle physics. Aiden would like to immensely thank Professors Jerry Miller and Kenneth Roche for the unforgettable research experiences and mentorship, which was a crucial contribution to his time at UW. Thanks also to his friends and family for their creative and unwavering support. Casey Stenman. Casey's passion for science drove him to study the laws of our world and pursue a degree in physics. He aims to share this passion with future generations, hoping to inspire curiosity and encourage discovery as a teacher. He will be pursuing this dream by applying for graduate school at UW to obtain a Master of Teaching degree. Casey would like to thank the UW Physics Department for being part of his journey, as well as everyone who provided mentorship, encouragement, and guidance over the years, but especially his mom Gina, dad Brent, and sister Jacqueline. You got him to this moment and shaped who he is today. Casey is excited about this next adventure of pursuing a teaching degree and will always look back fondly on all he has learned. David Stevens. David would like to thank his family for all the help and support they have given him over the years, Grieg for providing a great reading spot, Margot Nims for all the advice every time his plans changed, and all his friends for filling his years with adventures and fun. Giorgio Timothy Suharyanto. Gio is grateful for the opportunity given to complete his degree in applied physics at the University of Washington. His degree allowed him to explore many things which interest him and could be the foundation of his career. Moving forward, he will apply to jobs and enjoy his career from there. Gio will definitely miss the IMA and UW's golf range. Gio thanks his parents for their unconditional love and support throughout his journey. He also thanks Margot Nims, Professor Olmstead, all his professors, his teacher assistants, and his friends for their guidance, help, and patience throughout his years at UW. Cameron Tavocally. Cameron thoroughly enjoyed his applied physics coursework and is proud to say that he mostly survived in one piece. He is grateful to the Department of Physics for letting him into the major when no one else did, even if they didn't have a choice. He considers himself lucky to have had the opportunity to learn from some of the most brilliant physics minds in the world. His favorite class was quantum mechanics because he still doesn't know how he passed. Cameron will be going into graduate school at the UW focusing on data science. He thanks the Burke-Gilman Trail for keeping him company during the pandemic.
Christopher Thibodeau. 10 years in school. 4 major changes. 1 pandemic, and I still did it. Big thank yous to my wife and all of my family. It was not possible without you all.
Ed Van Bruggen. Ed's undergraduate experience gave him the opportunity to explore a huge array of interesting subjects, as well as physics, such as synthetic biology, mental health, sociology, and applied math. During his summer internship, he worked on cutting-edge medical equipment while still using duct tape and cardboard to craft new experiments, reminding him why he loved doing science as a kid. Ed is attending the University of Massachusetts Amherst in the fall to pursue a PhD in nuclear physics. Ed wants to thank Professor Shi-Che Shu for teaching the importance of asking the right questions and how to do research as a physicist. He also wants to thank his parents for supporting him and inspiring him to pursue a career in science. Nicholas Vazquez. In addition to working on his degree, Nick spent his undergraduate days avidly involved in student clubs. He was a skier in the Husky ski team, an activist in Students for a Democratic Society, and a captain of the Union Bay Rowing Club. Nick's research revolved around particle physics. In the seminars led by Professor Labat T, he studied the axion and muon, learning how each respective particle could lead to the creation of dark matter or new physics altogether. Nick would like to thank many people for this opportunity, but most of all would like to acknowledge the physics squad for being by his side through thick and thin, and for helping form friendships that will undoubtedly last a lifetime.
Alexander Lee Velazzi. Thank you to my mother and father. I couldn't have done any of this without your love and support. Big shout out to Ed. Thanks for the late homework sessions and countless games of pool.
Liam Waddell. Liam is thankful for the support and encouragement of his family. He is also thankful for the kindness of the physics academic advisors at the University of Washington. Anthony would like to thank his family near and far for their unconditional support of his big dreams. He would also like to thank his haters, of which he has none. Noam Yan. Noam enjoys studying in the Department of Physics at UW and is grateful for the opportunity to explore the origin of the natural world. Although there may be few opportunities to dive into this field further, he can continue to embark on the future journey without regrets. This fall, he will enter UIUC to pursue the Master of Computer Science. Noam thanks Professor Shu and the entire research team for their guidance and inspiration in particle physics and machine learning. Also, thanks to his parents and wife for their unreserved support. Finally, thanks to UW for inspiring him. Ryan Young. As an international student, who doesn't have English as his first language, it wasn't easy for Ryan to get into everything in college. However, Ryan wants to thank his family, friends, and professors, who have been so supportive and patient throughout the 4 years. Physics is a charming field for him. He will be continuing physics-related work after college, and he will keep on discovering the beauty of the universe and technology. Ziyu Yi. Ziyu enjoyed his experience at UW Physics. In his second year, he joined Professor Blinoff's group and studied dynamics within trapped ion crystals. In his third year, he became one of the undergraduate student representatives in the department's major committee. He received a lot of help from the faculty and his friends. He will start a new journey at the University of Chicago this fall, pursuing a PhD degree in physics. Ziyu thanks Professor Blinoff for his interesting lectures, and the opportunity which allowed Ziyu to learn how people work in an atomic physics lab. He thanks Alexander Cato and Dr. Jennifer Lillyholm for helping him with his research on ion traps. He thanks Professor Olmstead for her advice throughout his 3 years at UW. He thanks Professors Lin and Sharp for their wonderful courses in photonics and quantum mechanics. He thanks his parents for their unconditional love. Hao Jung. Hao likes physics and all other sciences. His research program and his minor in statistics furthered his interest in data science. Next fall, he plans to attend the Computational Finance and Risk Management graduate program at UW Seattle. Hao thanks Professors David Cobden and Miguel Morales for the wonderful research experience and capstone program and for teaching him to think like a real scientist. Zikan, John, Zhuang. John enjoyed his physics coursework and the close interactions he had with the professors and peers as he overcame challenges and learned about the fundamentals of the universe. His experience in the physics department opened his mind to various topics in philosophy, biology, and computer science, and he is ready to challenge himself in these new fields where his physicist thinking comes into play. John thanks Professors Garcia and Morales for the fun classes that taught him physicist thinking, and his 434 lab partners Ivanov and Claire for the great times tackling large datasets together, and his family and friends for their love, support, and lending an ear during hard days of Zoom online learning. Jeffrey John Adams Jr., Cole Taylor Allison, Igor Bannon, Zachary James Banks, Celeste Hannah Becker, Andrea Marie Bergeson, Aiden Bears, Joseph Breenman, Joshua Patrick Brennan, Elijah Cross Burns. Evelina Barunova, Nazareno Bustamante, Maria Delmar C. Cowagden, Jimmy Chong, Aditi Chauhan, Hao Yuan Chen, Ningyi Chen, Xinqi Chen, Yifan Chen, Yufeng Chen, Alexander Gorgiev Shkodrov, Mira M. Cho, Kian Neil Conroy, Samuel Cornwall, Kendall Ambrose Crane, Zachariah Batai Crane, Wei Dai, Priscilla Dorwart, Christian Aaron Domingos, Lotara Thomas N. Ekaburu, Thomas Alexander Edwards, Nicholas Edwin Everett, Chiagozi Akena Iziokiki, Yinchu Feng, David T. Frothingham, Jeffrey Gao, Henry William Ginder, James Andrew Godwin, Cyrus Goodman, Howin Guan, Mitchell Peter Hambling, Kira Hansen, Fong Yu Hao, Joshua W. Harder, Chris Hayner, Asher Vernon Hedberg, Zachary Aaron Ho, Paul Pham Hoang, Alexander Galt Hyde, Raymond Ingram, Ryan P. Jackham, Meng Wei Zhang, Tian Hao Zhang, Zhou Jin, LeGrand Jones II, Skylar Terrence Jones, Saransh Kacharia, Thomas Doolin Kennedy, Hung Jin Kim, Bradley Michael Koplitz, Patrick Gavin Lachapelle, Nicholas Matthew Lamb, Andrew C. Young Lee, Bernard Aolan Lee, Jaekwang Lee, Michael Lindner, Dukai Xuan Ling, Alana M. Lidianu, Daniel Lozano, Zachary Lieb Maddow, Ryan Anthony Marquesano, Cayenne Elizabeth Matt, Daniel Christopher May, Caitlin Ann Malohusky, Dean Harrison Miller, Maverick J. Milliken, Peter Tealmore, Irina Maruga, Hetit Ong Mayan, John Weston Newcomb, Derek Nguyen, Duyen Nguyen, Derek J. Oda, Sine Otomo, Colton Peterson, Michael William Fennicky, Elliot Russell Phillips, Mika Molina Phillips, David Allen Piper, Sam Donald Quist, Binshu Ren, Cameron T. Ridgely, Daniel James Rodriguez, Nolan Robert Roth, Evan Robert Sarivanov, Eric Sunghyun Shin, Joshua J. Smith, Anthony Michael Sparling, Takayuki Jason Sukigara, Lucas C. Serber, Adam Tazzi, Sophia Arushik Tavosian, Guy Frederick Thayer, Nyen Tong, Brian Torrance, Jace Kiyoshi Su, Nihal Upagundori, Anna Bakht, Natasha Vakovtsi, Matthias Van Patten, James Bryce Wallace, Hao Wang, Max Jaja Wang, Tai Lai Wang, Yulong Wang, Matthew Carl Warner, Brian Patrick Whitney, Mariana Wu, Yu Wu, Yushin Yang, Joshua Shin Yusuoka, Nikolaus Sebastian Yachim, Paul John Yalin, Jawei Yuan, Nathan Zaiden, Ruo Yu Zhang, Yaoyuan Zhang, Zhixin Zhang, Zhouyanguang Zhao, Chunxi Zhou, Weijun Zhou, Regan Zeit.